So we are underway with our first event of the evening. So several of these competitors, personal bests of under 9 minutes, and several run under 9 minutes this season. James Wilkinson, of course, who's already at the front of the field, just missed out on that European under 23 qualifying time. Had a superb 3,000 metres at Stretford just a week or so ago, so he's on great form. This season 8:45. Just on his outside, Jonathan Taylor of Morpeth, 8 minutes 54 this season, and that was whilst winning the Northern Championships at Easterlands, or Sport City, or the Etihad Stadium, whatever you'd like to call it at the moment. So it'll be very interesting to see how he goes tonight. David Flynn of Clonliffe in Ireland, 8:52 this season. Glenn Watts, Shaftesbury Barnet, he's done 8:55. And then the Norwegian Carbo, 8:53 at this season. And of course, Luke Gunn of Derby, seasoned international at this event, former European under-23 finalist. Prominent there, in fact just taking on the lead now in the red vest. 8:38 this season, 8:28 last season. And of course Stephen Lisgo as well, sub 9 minutes in the last 3 or 4 seasons, 8:58 this season, so he'll be looking to get another good performance under his belt this evening. Interesting character there in 5th place, the Leeds City athlete, Muzabbin Ali. Had a good breakthrough at the previous meeting where he did 9:09. Making sure that he is up with the front runners. So it is Luke Gunn from Wilkinson, then Taylor, Lisgo and Ali. They're the first 5 athletes. Glenn Watts is in the Shaftesbury Barnet vest, prominent in about 7th or 8th place. David Flynn, the Irish athlete, in the green vest of Ireland. Just behind Rory Chesser, the red vest, 8:51 last season. So there's plenty of quality in this field. Unfortunately no pacemaker as such, but James Wilkinson certainly used to front running and did a considerable amount of the workload at Stretford a week or so in that 3K. But still a dozen or so more athletes in contention. So it's Wilkinson again as they go through that water jump with Gunn and Taylor, then Lisgo, then Ali. As they come through with just under 4 laps to go. And that's Carbo in the black vest there, the Norwegian. Just in front of Ali, actually going into 4th place now. So that leading group beginning to split up now as they go down the back straight. It's Luke Gunn that's pushing on the pace. Of course, it's just 3 weeks or so to those UK Championships and World Championship trials. So the athletes' domestic build-up here. And I think the wind is beginning to settle, so it could be some great conditions tonight for distance running. So over the barrier in the home straight it is Luke Gunn, then James Wilkinson, Jonathan Taylor, then Tom Carbo, the Norwegian, then just a slight gap to the next athlete, which is Paul Ruprecht, the second Irish athlete. Then Stephen Lisgo, then David Flynn. Then it's Ali and Watts. So it could be 5 athletes we're down to at the moment, unless Lisgo and Flynn can close that gap. So over the water jumping it is Wilkinson, then Gunn, Taylor and Carbo. Slight gap now to Ruprecht. The other Irish athlete, Flynn, trying to close the gap on his colleague there. But it's Luke Gunn pushing on now with 2 laps to go. So Carbo is in second place now, following Luke Gunn, with Wilkinson third and Taylor fourth. Paul Ruprecht it was who just stepped off the track there. And now Jonathan Taylor struggling to stay with these leading 3 as they go down the back straight. Luke Gunn, PB of 8:28. 8:38 this season, but he's got this weekend and then perhaps 1 or 2 local international meets leading up to those trials. The B standard is 8:32 for the World Championships in Daegu. And now it's Carbo who takes it on, the Norwegian. Under 23. Sub 8:53 last season. Went through the bell then, ran about 7:40. So certainly Carbo could be very close to his personal best. Luke Gunn trying to stay with him, as is Wilkinson, but it's really pushing on the pace here, Carbo. Taylor there in 4th place, clear in 4th, ahead of Flynn of Ireland. Then Watts goes into 6th place, ahead of Ali, but less than 200 to go. They approach the final water jump. And he's over successfully, so he kicks again, a real kick there. He senses that there's a personal best on here. So into the home straight, approaching the final barrier. Great battle between Wilkinson and Gunn for the 2nd place, is it? But it looks as if Carbo is going to take this 3K, and Wilkinson and Gunn close to 2nd, which is Carbo in 8:45.92. So great running there for Carbo, personal best by nearly 9 seconds. Taylor just goes through, then Flynn and Watts and Ali. Those athletes could well have been all under 9 minutes. So Ali, a great run there. Tom Cotter just going through with Sean Hall. Then we've got Rory Cheshire and Stephen Lisgo. Jack Partridge under 20. Maybe just outside his personal best.